Samkele Maseko has attended that ANC post-NEC media briefing. He joins us now live from the Johannesburg CBD. Samkele, thank you so much for joining us. So much to speak about, as was expected. But let's start where we've just left it off with that soundbite from the ANC SG, speaking about them finally making public that decision about the disbanding of the ANC Youth League. How big of a decision is that?
It's a very big decision because it's the second time it's happened in the past 20 years of democracy where the ANC Youth League has been effectively disbanded. You'd remember that after the ANC's 2012 Mangaung conference, after they sealed the expulsion of the former ANC Youth League president Julius Malema, the ANC Youth League was disbanded when Ronald Lamula was the acting president of the ANC Youth League, which subsequently there was a task team in place which was led by Samkele Maseko, Natim Tetwa, Malusi Kikaba, which was basically charged with the responsibility of rebuilding the ANC Youth League. You remember that Kalaga State Conference where Colin Maine was elected as the ANC Youth League president in 2015. It seems as if the ANC has a way of repeating a history because now they've effectively disbanded that youth league that was led by Colin Maine and Jabulo Nzuza, who was the Secretary General of the ANC Youth League. They still form part of the National Youth Talks team, which will effectively take office as of today in order to prepare for the all-inclusive ANC Youth League conference, which is meant to take place before January 31, 2020. The Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule, is saying that they really want young leaders now to lead the ANC Youth League and not repeat history of electing people who are between the ages of 33 and 35, as you had in some point in time where people called Colin Maine 34.9 the ANC Youth League president. So they're effectively disbanding the Youth League and wanting younger leaders to lead the Youth League. Question is, does the Youth League still have the necessary gravitas and appeal to young people in this country, or has that space totally been overtaken by the economic freedom fighters?
Now, you did tweet a picture of that task team. It's quite a big task team that's been put together, and it includes the 2015 executive, many of whom were at the core of who those other members were complaining about all the years, as people that were not doing what they were mandated by the members of the ANC Youth League to do. How do you think that's all going to play out if that executive is actually part of this task team?
Effectively, they are the outgone leadership of the ANC Youth League. For instance, if you look at the then task team that was there way back of the ANC Youth League, you had a task team that was once led by young people such as Makasela Mzobe, who was the coordinator of the task team, and Mzwanzile Masina, who was the convener. You had Shaga Sisulu, you had Riboni Tau, you had Marupine Marupeng, who was a part of that task team of the ANC Youth League, which were immediate graduates or immediate leaders of the Youth League, which was still a part of the Julius Malema generation. If you go to people like Makasela Mzobe, you go to people like Marupeng, who was a part of that Youth League NEC, you go to people like Mzwandile Masina, who were part of the Youth League in Gauteng, who were part of the Youth League then. So effectively the ANC is trying to avoid having a task team that has also ambitions of leading the ANC Youth League, which is also presiding over the processes going to that conference. So they're effectively going the same route that they took with the likes of Fikile Mbalula, which basically gave an outcome of the ANC Youth League, of the presidency of Colin Maine, which I saw one of the ANC Youth League disband movement, that would be Ntutugo Makomboti, tweeting earlier on, basically saying that this outcome of having, I want to quote him verbatim, elders of elders leading the ANC Youth League will produce an outcome where you've basically got a Colin Maine. So it's not sitting well with some of them having the likes of Fikile Mbalula, Malusi Kikaba, Febe Potgieter was a former ANC Youth League Secretary General leading, or Deputy Secretary General leading the ANC Youth League. And also, some take exception with having Colin Maine and Jabulo Nzuza, Desmond Moele, Thandi Muraga, Regine Kabinde, who were part of the ANC Youth League top 5, which has effectively now been disbanded.
Okay, we can leave it there. Thank you so much for that update. Samkele Maseko reporting to us live there from Lutuli House, where ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule has just given his report back following the ANC's NEC meeting that's wrapped up its work over the last couple of days. Now, still to come.